Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to be looking at something a little bit different.
Yeah.
One of you sent this in, and it's called The Phoenix and the Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And on the surface, it just seems like a pretty standard romance, right? Like a Remus Tonks romance set after
the war.
Yeah, the Second Wizarding War.
Mm-hmm.
But
there's a lot more going on.
Oh, yeah.
Under the surface.
Yeah, and that's why we're here to take a deep dive into this.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, what really grabbed our attention, I think, initially?
For me, I think it was, like I was saying, the way that it deals with the emotional fallout of the war.
Yeah.
Like, we're all used to seeing these epic battles and stuff.
Right.
But, like, what happens after? Like, how do people cope?
Yeah.
And I think this fan fiction does a really good job of exploring that, like, internal battle that a lot of these characters are going through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we see that immediately with Remus. Like, we all know Remus, he's a werewolf.
Right.
He's always sort of been an outsider. But in this story, like, it really digs deep into how that's affected him, not just, like, physically, but emotionally.
Totally.
Like, he really believes that he's a burden. He's a danger to anyone he gets close to.
Absolutely. And then you have Tonks who,
Right.
we usually see her as this, like, bubbly,
energetic.
Yeah, it's exactly like a total badass Auror.
Right. She's like,
for those who don't know, the Aurors are like the elite dark wizard catchers.
Yeah.
Of the ministry.
Yeah, so we're used to seeing her as this really confident, strong character.
Right.
But here she's like subdued, quiet, withdrawn.
Still dealing with the loss of Sirius.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the grief is just weighing her down.
It's almost as if like the author is intentionally like flipping our expectations of these characters.
Yeah.
Like we think we know them, but this story shows us a different side.
Yeah, a more vulnerable side.
Yeah, and it makes them feel so much more real.
Yeah, relatable.
Absolutely.
And their first meeting, right, in chapter 1.
Oh, yeah.
Scars and Silver Linings.
That's a great title.
It's a great title.
Yeah.
And it's so subtle. Like, it's not this
grand romantic, like sweeping her off her feet moment.
Right. It's just this shared look of understanding during a ministry training session.
Yeah. It's like they both recognize
something,
a kindred spirit in each other.
Yeah, like they've both been through something.
Someone who gets it.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so powerful, I think.
Absolutely. And that's what I love about this story. Like, the author doesn't rely on like flashy spells or like action sequences to keep you interested.
Right.
It's all about these like quiet moments, these like internal struggles.
And it works.
It really does.
By the end of chapter 1, I was hooked.
Yeah, me too.
But then chapter 2, oh boy, the moon's shadow.
Oh yeah, things get intense. But not in like an action-packed way.
No.
Emotionally.
Yeah, emotionally intense.
Yeah.
And we see their connection deepening, but then Remus being Remus, he pulls back.
Oh.
And it's not just about the physical danger of being a werewolf, is it?
No.
There's so much more to it.
It's that social stigma.
Right.
Werewolves in the wizarding world, they're seen as monsters, as outcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And Remus has internalized that.
Totally.
He believes he's unworthy of love.
Yeah.
That he's destined to be alone. And I think this is where the author is like making a really clever commentary on real-world prejudice and discrimination.
Yeah.
Like, how often do we let other people's perceptions dictate our own self-worth?
You're so right. It's like the author is holding up a mirror to our own world.
Exactly.
Making us look at our own biases.
Absolutely.
But, even though we understand Remus's fear,
of course,
part of me just wanted to shake him and say, like, come on, dude, Tonks is amazing.
She is. Well, that's what makes it so compelling.
Yeah.
It's not black and white.
Right.
The author isn't afraid to show Remus's struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not a hero. Mm-hmm. He's a flawed, relatable character.
Yeah.
Who's just trying to deal with his own pain and fear.
And Tonks, God bless her, she's not putting up with it.
No, she's not.
She's not afraid of his lycanthropy.
Nope.
In fact, she defies his warnings and she follows him to the Shrieking Shack.
During a full moon.
Oh,
wow.
And talk about symbolism, right?
Yeah, there's layers of it there.
Layers.
You have Tonks, a metamorphmagus.
Right.
She can literally change her appearance at will.
Yeah.
And she chooses to stay with Remus, a werewolf, during his most vulnerable moment.
It's a huge statement.
It is like the author is saying true love transcends physical form.
Mm-hmm.
It's about accepting someone for who they are.
The whole package.
Even the parts that society might deem monstrous.
And that's when I really started to see like the depth of this story.
Yeah.
It's not just a romance. It's about self-acceptance. It's about challenging societal norms and finding the courage to love even when you're afraid.
Absolutely.
And the way the author builds up to Tonks witnessing Remus's transformation. Oh my gosh.
The language gets so
visceral.
Yes, you can feel the tension, the fear, but also this like underlying sense of wonder.
Yeah, like she's seeing beyond the werewolf.
To the heart of the man she loves.
Exactly. And that ending to chapter 2.
Oh, man.
Talk about a cliffhanger.
I know, right?
Like, does she run away screaming?
Does she embrace him?
I mean, what happens next?
We need to find out.
We have to.
We have to.
So what do you think so far?
Yeah, what are your first impressions of this unusual love story?
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
Absolutely. And we'll be back.
We'll be right back.
With chapter 3.
The Heart's Embrace. To see what happens next.
Ooh, can't wait.
I know, me too.
Buckle up.
Yeah. All right, so we left off with Tonks seeing Remus transform.
Like at the end of chapter 2.
Like right in front of her.
Big reveal.
Yeah.
For chapter 3. The Heart's Embrace.
The Heart's Embrace.
Kind of dives right into the aftermath of that.
Yeah, and it's not pretty.
It's not easy.
Oh, no, it's not like happily ever after instantly.
Yeah. No.
There's a lot of fallout.
There is.
And not just from like the wizarding world in general, but like from their friends and family too.
Right. Like even the people closest to them are kind of like...
Yeah, a little bit iffy about it.
Yeah. Are they really going to make this work?
Yeah, and it's interesting because like on one hand, Remus is like pushing Tonks away, trying to protect her from all the judgment and the whispers.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But on the other hand, he's also kind of reinforcing that prejudice himself, isn't he?
Absolutely. He's basically saying, like, you're better off without me. I'm a monster.
Right. And it makes me think about, like, how much we let other people's opinions affect our own relationships.
Yeah.
Like, how many times have we not gone for something because we were worried about what other people would think?
All the time, probably.
Probably. Yeah, it's like a constant battle.
It is. It's tough.
Yeah. But Tonks, she's not having any of it.
Oh, no. She sees right through him.
Yeah, she's like, I see what you're doing.
And she calls him out on it.
Yeah, she does. And it's so awesome.
It is. She's such a strong character.
Yeah. And it's not like this aggressive in-your-face strength either.
No, it's quiet.
It's this unwavering belief in their love.
Yeah.
And she refuses to let society dictate her heart.
And remember, she's a metamorphmagus.
Yeah.
She can literally change her appearance whenever she wants.
Yeah, like she could be with whoever she wanted.
Exactly. And she chooses Remus.
A werewolf.
In a society that shuns werewolves.
It's a huge statement.
It is like the author's turning everything on its head.
Right.
Like, what if the real monsters aren't the werewolves, but the people who judge them?
Yeah, the people who are afraid of what's different.
Exactly.
And that's so relevant to our world, too, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, all the time.
Yeah, like we see prejudice and discrimination everywhere.
Yeah, and this story is like a reminder that we need to be better.
Yeah, to choose love and acceptance over fear.
Mm.
And then there's that scene where Tonks finally just tells Remus how she feels.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's so powerful.
She just lays it all out there.
Yeah, like, I love you, werewolf, and all.
Doesn't matter to her.
No. And you can just feel Remus's walls crumbling.
Like a dam breaking.
Yeah, all those years of bottled up emotions.
Yeah, he can't deny it anymore.
And then they embrace.
Oh, that embrace.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautifully written.
I know.
It's not just like a physical thing. It's like their souls are connecting.
Yeah, like they've finally found someone who understands them.
Yeah, someone who sees them for who they truly are.
It accepts them.
Accepts them. And it's like the title of the chapter, The Heart's Embrace.
It's perfect.
It's like a visual representation of their love, healing those deep wounds.
And it brings us back to that symbolism of the phoenix and the wolf, right?
Oh, yeah.
The phoenix Tonks' unwavering spirit.
And the wolf.
Remus's strength and vulnerability.
Yeah, it's like they complete each other.
They do.
And it's moments like this that really elevate this fan fiction.
It goes beyond just like a simple romance.
Yeah, it's about so much more.
It's about challenging societal norms.
About finding the courage to be yourself.
Even when it's hard.
Yeah, and the author does it with such sensitivity.
And nuance.
Yeah, it's not preachy, it's just...
Oh, real.
Real, yeah.
And hopeful.
Yeah, even in the darkness, there's this glimmer of light.
And that light is love.
Exactly, and that's what makes this story so powerful.
It gives you hope.
Yeah, it reminds you that love can conquer anything.
Even prejudice.
Even prejudice, yeah. So, what do you think about this transformative embrace?
Yeah. Does it offer hope for our star-crossed lovers?
Let us know in the comments.
What are your thoughts?
Okay, so Remus and Tonks have faced their own fears, right? They've kind of come to terms with their feelings for each other.
Yeah, they've had that beautiful embrace.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, it's not all smooth sailing from there.
Right, like the story doesn't just end with them being like, okay, we're good now.
No.
There's still like a whole world out there.
A whole world that might not be as accepting.
Yeah, and the rest of the story really dives into like how they deal with that.
Yeah, like the day-to-day realities.
Like how do you have a relationship when everyone's looking at you funny?
Especially when one of you is a werewolf.
Right, and it's not just the random people on the street either, it's their families.
Yeah, they're friends.
Yeah, people who are supposed to love and support them.
But they're still kind of like, oh, are you sure about this?
Yeah, and it's interesting how the author, like, parallels that with what's going on in the wizarding world at the time.
Yeah, like Voldemort's gone, but there's still so much tension.
Yeah, everyone's still kind of on edge.
Yeah, like the war might be over, but the scars are still there.
Yeah, and it's like Remus and Tonks' relationship becomes this kind of symbol of hope.
Yeah, like a test to see if love can really conquer all.
But it's not easy.
No, it's not like they have to constantly prove themselves.
Yeah, there's this one scene where they go to a wedding.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And you can just feel the judgment.
The stares, the whispers.
Yeah, like people are looking at them like they don't belong.
And it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, because, they just want to be happy.
Like everyone else.
Yeah, but society's not making it easy for them.
But they don't give up.
No, they don't, and that's what I love about them.
Yeah, they support each other.
They fight for each other.
And they fight for their right to be together.
Yeah, it's like they're saying, we're not going to let anyone tell us who we can and can't love.
And that message is so important.
It is, especially for young people who might be struggling with their own identities.
Yeah, like maybe they're different. Maybe they don't fit in.
And this story tells them it's okay.
It's okay to be yourself.
To love who you love.
And to fight for that love.
Yeah, even when the world tells you you're wrong.
Because love is love.
And that's what makes this story so powerful.
Yeah, it's more than just a fantasy.
It's about real issues.
Real emotions.
And real struggles that people face every day.
And it shows us that even in the darkest of times, love can still win.
Yeah, and that's a message we all need to hear.
So if you're looking for a story that will challenge you, inspire you, and maybe even make you cry a little.
I know I did.
Me too.
Then you have to check out The Phoenix and the Wolf.
It's a beautiful story about love and acceptance.
And it reminds us that even in a world full of magic, sometimes the greatest magic of all is the love we share with each other.
Beautifully said.
And that's it for our deep dive into The Phoenix and the Wolf.
We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, let us know what you thought in the comments.
And be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the stories you love.
See you next time.